I think a lot of times when a team shoots a real low percentage, there's such a great opportunity to really, defensive rebound. And then you couple that with the fact of the ability to offensive rebound. But I think 30 offensive rebounds in a game is impressive, regardless of who you're playing against. But, they're a team that probably a year ago maybe wasn't quite as good of a rebounding team. And I think now they possibly have the potential to be one of the best rebounding teams in the country, with Sullinger and Lauderdale and Thomas, and obviously what they've added across the front court. And then, on the perimeter, when you're playing Lighty at the small forward, they're playing Buford at the point, those guys have a lot of length and size, and they can rebound too. So they're sending 4 guys, and there's no question we'll have to do a good job rebounding the ball in the game.
Is this kind of a test for you guys? I mean, you've talked about practices being more physical. Is this kind of your first test? Hey, if we're going to be a physical team, this is kind of a time to show.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is a great test and a great opportunity for both of us. Just one, because it's so early in the season. It's the second game for both of us right now. There's a long way to go. You find out a lot more about your team. In these situations, there'll probably be some things in the game that we'll need to get better at and improve on. I think they'll probably say the same thing, but there's no question. I think we're going against a physical front court with Lauderdale and Sullinger and Thomas. That poses great challenges for our front court as well, to be able to do the things that we're talking about physically, to be better in those areas. And I think our practices have been more physical, and there's been a good competitiveness inside our practices, and I've always felt like that's the best way to get better. But we've got to make that next step in terms of correcting and getting better at the things that are getting exposed in practice, because when you can expose yourself in practice, when you're competing, there's a great opportunity for growth. But we got to continually grow, because there's certain areas right now that we got to get better at.
You wish this game was a couple weeks later? It's kind of early.
Part of me really likes the fact that it is really this early. The opportunity to play against a team clearly that's returns 4 starters. They return. Guys that won a Big Ten championship, they're seasoned, they're veterans, and then they add the best recruiting class in the country to their team. And Sullinger, maybe arguably the best player in the country. But I think this is great, because I think you can find out, when you go against a team like this, of what you're going to see later this month when we play at Florida State, in December when we play against Kansas State, and even our schedule right now with some of the games that we've got coming up. I mean, I think that this game really, things are going to get exposed that you got to get better at, and I think that's sometimes it's better off finding out those things now than it is later.